Hi there, everyone. Good morning to you all. I apologise to you for is last night, well, earlier this morning actually, when I did that family court video, is I forgot to add an important point. In law, for some reason, they don't ever seem to like to do anything for the first time, unless it's a smoking ban. And the comment we often hear is that they never prosecute for perjury in the family courts. So I did some digging around and I found a legal precedent. It's called Kaur, Kaur v. Randwa. It was presided over by Judge Mostyn in Family Court in London, 2015. In that incident, it was a wife versus a husband divorce, and the wife was suing over money, over sale of a property as part of a divorce settlement. And the judge ruled that the husband and his brother had lied to the extent that he passed their file to the Director of Public Prosecutions. I'm not going to go into I don't fully understand the ins and outs of the divorce, the rights and wrongs of the case, but yes, the judge did recommend that the file on the husband and the brother be passed to DPP. So you do have a legal precedent. But here's the thing. This was a divorce case that was about money, not children, money. So if we have an institution like the family court who are willing to recommend prosecution for perjury over money, admittedly quite a lot of money, I think it was about £80,000, and yet when it comes to the lives and well-being of children, they're turning a blind eye to lies. Blatant lies. We've gone through the technicalities of false allegations. We talk about blatant lies. And an institution like the court, who's got a care to our children, is willing to turn a blind eye to deliberate falsehoods, knowing full well that this is detrimental to the wishes and well-being and children. That's assuming they even stopped to listen or consider the feelings of those children. Just remember, the courts, the police, the social services have a duty of care in their own way towards children. But it's only when somebody lies about money that the family court seems to care. In that ridiculous nurse's video the other day, she talked about the rarity of false allegations, and she cited that CPS data. Now, just remember, it's documented that people lie in family court, deliberately lie in family court. I've seen commentaries from numerous family court lawyers who've said that in 25 years they've seen many people lie in family court, despite the fact they have sworn not to. Don't forget, a normal document. A prohibited steps. Sworn document. Specific steps sworn document. Sorry, specific issue, sworn document. These are all sworn, the documents we submit to court are all sworn documents because you sign to say, I understand if I've lied, blah, 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 blah. But again, the court doesn't prosecute for perjury or recommend for prosecution for perjury unless there's a lot of money involved. What does that say about the institutions that are sworn to protect our children? Many years ago, about 55 years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King gave his famous mountaintop speech, I've been to the mountaintop. He also said of his struggle in the battle for civil rights. He said, it's not merely a question of violent or non-violent. It's a question of non-violent or non-existence. That's what he said. "24 hours later, they were loading his body onto an aircraft to fly his remains back to Atlanta. So, how'd that work out for him? Don't get me wrong. I think Dr. Martin Luther King was a great man. He was brave. He was resilient. And I've nothing but respect for him. So I wouldn't dream of tarnishing his memory. The reason he made that observation, not just violent or non-violent, is because his argument was, we don't have that option. We don't have the firepower. But we do have the law. For too long now, again I'm quoting Dr. Martin Luther King, for too long now, our quest for justice, our quest to make the authorities act within the law, has been like a cheque coming back marked insufficient funds. Our struggle has been going on for a very long time, all of us. In some cases for 10, 20 years. What happens when you don't pay your debts? Your creditors foreclose. Do you think it's time we start to think about foreclosing on the people who owe us so much? Thank you, and well, good morning.